Welcome to another horrid, despicable episode of the apocalypse. It is too late. You have already made your choice. Therefore, you are in need of a guide. Unfortunately for me, I happen to be that guide, your humble guide. Nicholas, so good to see you a bloody gayin'. Well, we went from waking up to masked Gestapo at defenseless women's doors in masks, to the Epstein files again. Donnie's name again, Leon's name, other names again. Nutlick as well. Like I said in a prior broadcast, you people really know how to pick 'em. You don't choose one pedophile. You choose an entire crew of pedophiles. Perhaps you saw something you can identify with in these people. You must have. Therefore, I despise you further. You people and your Antichrist are bloody replete with fucking evil. Every kind, from all angles and sides. My God. For again, the Reich are the maximum expression of you. They perform the theater you were looking for, obviously. It worked. On you. And they embody characteristics you must identify with. For your name is on it, son. Let's begin. I woke up to this headline. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I did a video earlier. I was yelling all about it. I'm not going to yell about it again. But I am going to bring it up. Don fucking Lemon gets arrested. New York Times headline. Meanwhile, we got mass Gestapo murderers on the lam, being protected by the Reich. And they telling the world, we ain't allowed to prosecute. That only leaves one alternative then, huh? This is what it looked like. Now, when I saw this, I hadn't seen the other female journalist with the goddamn mass Gestapo at her fucking window. I didn't know about that yet. As if this weren't fucking bad enough, man. And of course, done when, class? In the dark of fucking night. So you and me can't start yelling about it. So 8 million protesters can't show up at the White House. That's why it's done in the dark of night. Fucking cunts. Murderers we watched on TV murder people. They are free. They are not being arrested. Don fucking Lemon got arrested. Is that going to help save the farm, Rubes? You fucking idiot cunts that ushered in the apocalypse. That's the sum total of your fucking existence. Your stupidity, rubery, racism, whatever the fuck worthlessness you got going on in your brain. I don't even fucking care. ushered in the end of America and the apocalypse, and murders of your fellow citizens, and some of your dumbasses will get murdered too by the very Reich you voted for. Assholes. Yeah, so I'm sure arresting Don Lemon's going to really change all our fucking lives and make America great again, right, fuckheads? Right. I wasn't even going to read you this headline, but it applies later. So take a look at it. The new head of the Fed, about to be. That's Donnie's pick. Gee, I wonder why. What association could he and Donnie the pedophile fucking have? What do you think, class? We'll find out later, don't worry. Trump names Kevin Warsh to be next Fed chair. Don't worry, his name will pop up again. This is it right here. This is what I was screaming about earlier. I couldn't even wait till tonight to scream about it. I was just like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. So the female journalists that got arrested, they showed up at her house in the dark of night in fucking masks, of course, because they're worthless goddamn cunts destined to fucking burn. And that's what it looked like. I froze the video right at the right spot. And you'll be seeing that picture a lot. It's a literal symbol for the end of your country. Get a good look. That could be coming to your goddamn window real soon. Whether you voted for it or not, that don't fucking mean jack shit. Just get on the wrong end of it, son. That's all you got to do. I didn't know at the time when I was yelling about it, these cunts destined to goddamn burn had DEA patches on their vest. You can take a patch off, put any fucking thing on there. They were not fucking DEA. I could tell by this dumbass peeking in the window with the Coke bottle fucking glasses. This a $3 Gestapo with a DEA patch. Obviously. No real trained DEA would ever do what this guy did. Slowly go like this late at night in someone's window and just linger and don't, just... You know what happens when you do that? You get your goddamn head blown off. Because you're wearing a mask at someone's window at 2 a.m., son. That's how I know it wasn't a real DEA agent. And what the fuck is the DEA going arresting journalists? That's also how I know they're not real DEA. They're Gestapo with DEA patches. Fuck out of here. This fucking moron with the Coke bottle fucking glasses, full fucking mask over his head. Yeah, that ain't no real DEA agent, son. The fuck out of here. Unbelievable. Again, look at this one more time because this is the literal end of your country. This is a perfect fucking symbol. I'm so glad it happened first this way. God is showing us all these things. I'm telling you, son. This is happening for a reason. This very shot right here for a reason. I told you all this stuff would happen. I told people would get knocks at doors. I didn't know they'd be in masks, so I didn't know that part. That makes it even worse. Can you imagine a masked cunt peeking in your fucking window 2, 3 in the morning as if you wouldn't be grabbing for your rifle in 2 fucking seconds? My God. That's the end of your country, son. What you just saw right there. I said way back when they deployed the first van and kidnap people and take them away, it's over. That we're long past that. Fucking long past. Now we're at the stage where mass Gestapo, who ain't even DEA with DEA patches, are showing up late at night with masks to arrest people for nothing. I knew it would go to all these places. That's why I've been yelling for 10 fucking years. Again, all of us out here, you fucking cunts, and you know who I'm talking to, begging you not to do this, exposing everything about Donnie, about all these people, over and over, day after fucking day for years. It wasn't a trick to fool the rubes. It wasn't a trick to fool you, you fucking idiots. The trick was Donnie and the Reich. They about to take everything from you. They've taken so much from so many already. And my God, just by the day, just what these people are into, it just gets more evil and more evil. And imagine what we didn't see yet. But I'll get to that. Look at this one more time and then I'll move on. Because I couldn't fucking believe it when I saw it. Mass cunt in the dark at night peeking in this woman's window so they can kidnap her. Eventually, I want to be honest with you people, you see how they're doing these things to liberals and they're getting out of jail quickly? That will stop happening. And these masked men won't be showing up at your door to arrest you anymore. They will be showing up at your door to take you away and no one will see you again. Do you fucking hear me? That's where this is going. That's the only place masked men showing up at a woman journalist's house that did nothing wrong. It's the only place for it to go, son. This is just the opener. How Comey and James, Letitia James, they got out of their cases quickly. These journalists got out of their cases pretty quickly because they're, straight up trumped up bullshit charges. That's going to stop happening. You understand that, right? Liberals will start really disappearing. They will be coming to your house to kidnap you and take you away, and you will never be seen again. They'll be coming to your house to murder you as well. It won't be just to scare you, take you down to jail, and you just get out in a few hours. No. That ain't why they're doing this. And that ain't where it's going. You know where it's fucking going. Oh, I hate you. I forgot to say that. And you know who I'm talking to. This Blanche guy is not good. The Reich sending him out because they don't want to send Miller or Levitt, or because no one has any goddamn credibility anymore. So they figured they throw Blanche out there. He did not do well, son. None of them do. They're just lost. Lost in the grift and the lies and the murder and the pedophilia. They don't know what to do. Where are the guns? Are they in FBI's possession? And who has the phone that Preddy used to film? I don't know. I don't have answers to those questions. Well, what the fuck are you standing there for, asshole? Can you believe that answer? What is this cunt's title again? I don't even know. What's his name? Todd Blanche or something? Wouldn't that be something the FBI would need to conduct a thorough investigation? Blanche, I was simply saying I don't know. Yeah, we know, asshole. So why are we talking to you then? For transparency, would you commit to releasing the body cam video from federal officers involved in the Preddy shooting and their names? Blanche, I'm not committing to anything. Yeah, we know. We know. You are committing to one thing, though, Mr. Blanche. The Antichrist one. And you're committing to protecting masked murderers who executed 2 U.S. citizens on the street, and you ain't doing shit about it. In fact, you're protecting them. That means the blood is on your hands now, too, sir. He can't commit to giving us the footage and the names, but he can commit to protecting the murderers and keeping them in hiding and not giving us the names. That's what he can commit to. The devil. Keith Olbermann. Anybody still doubt this lunatic tyrant Trump has always planned to arrest journalists, suppress media, and neuter the First Amendment? Now he started. Oh, he plans to do much worse, Mr. Olbermann. Much, 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 much worse. Yeah, are we still being dramatic? I don't even take that serious. Anyone saying anyone's being dramatic about Donnie, I block that person immediately. Because we're way past the point of that argument being anywhere near valid. I mean, you'll be saying that talking point all the way till you're in the concentration camp, won't you, dumbass? You'll be typing on your phone in the camp if they allow you one. People are being dramatic about Donnie. He's not Adolf Hitler. Hitler didn't do none of this stuff. Just because I'm in a concentration camp, he's like Adolf Hitler? Don't you think you're being a little dramatic? A little over the top, an unfair comparison. The name Hitler's lost meaning. No, it hasn't, son. The same spirit in Donnie right now. Been there 10 years. And we were past the point of us being dramatic, I don't know, about a month after he got elected the first time. I mean, shit, grab him by the you-know-what happened before the election. That should have turned you all off right there. He's basically saying I'm a rapist. That's what he's saying out loud. The Russia, if you're listening, you heard that. That didn't bother you either. That's why you're a traitor, son. So many things before the election even happened that should have made you say, you know what? Maybe this ain't a good idea. A reality star con man. Maybe that ain't fucking... I know he's white or orange or, close to what I am, and he hates ethnic minorities. We get that, but he kind of seems like a psychopath. And why is his face orange? And why does his hair look like that? And why is he wearing the same blue suit for 87 years? Yeah, the plan's going to... Again, it's this simple. Because I don't have a lot of time. Let me just say it this way. Whatever Adolf did, that's what you're going to see happen. You've already seen a lot of it happen. It's going to go to all those places. I said that years ago. I said that right before this election. I said it right after he won. You thought I was crazy. You thought this was entertainment. You didn't think there'd be concentration camps. You didn't think your military would be deployed against you. You didn't think he would annex territory. You didn't think he'd take the Holy Land. You didn't think all roads led to the Holy Land, son. I know. I know. You didn't think mass Gestapo were going to be executing citizens. I said public executions to you people a long time ago would take place. We've seen 2. They tried to kill a 3rd woman, and we will see formal public executions. We will see exterminations. We will see mass arrests. We will see roundups. We will see everything they saw under Adolf fucking Hitler. That's where this is going. It's that simple. Proceed fucking accordingly. If the picture of the guy in the mask at the woman's window in the dark of night who did absolutely nothing wrong just for retribution of the Reich, if that didn't show you where this was going, if Leon's Nazi salute, back to Mr. Blanche, he's been very helpful. Can you assure the American public that Trump, like every other prominent person whose name came up in the Epstein files, that all documents, photos, and anything relevant to him connected to the case is being released? Blanche, I mean, yes, I can assure that we complied with the statute and we did not protect Trump. Yes, you did. And everyone knows it. We can see the redactions. And we watched you once again, some patriotic FBI agents or somebody let some shit slip through that everyone knows shouldn't have slipped through. How do we know? The DOJ took it down later. It was horrific, son. I can't even say the details out loud. I know a lot of people will get on camera and say the details out loud. I'm not doing it. They're that horrific. If you want to look into it yourself, I'm going to point you in a direction. And I'm going to give you some details. No, I am not reading word for word the allegations. And I know they're true. How do I know they're true? They took them down. So they utterly protected Trump. They put 1,000 agents on it and they still missed stuff, or some agents let it slip through on purpose. Because it's that evil, son. Okay, Donnie put a post about Tulsi and the votes that they stole from Georgia yesterday or the day before. I didn't think it would happen this fast. I thought it'd take a week, week and a half, something like that, and then they'd come out with the big evidence and go arrest people. Nope, Donnie's in a hurry. Breaking. Director of National Intelligence Gabbard has just released hundreds of bombshell Russiagate documents, that's in all caps, proving that Barack Obama personally ordered CIA agents to manufacture false intelligence on Trump and was actively working with the enemy to undermine and erode Americans' confidence in our democracy and President Trump's landslide 2016 victory. This coup attempt by Barack Obama and his cronies, as Jesse Waters said, whatever happens to these guys is not revenge, it's accountability, and it's time for people to pay the price. Arrest Obama now. Again, little children and class. Before the election, and especially right after. I was yelling about Adam Schiff, Swalwell, Obama, the Clintons. Get the fuck out the country. Do yourself a favor. He's going to arrest you people. And more. Setting the stage for it right here. I don't believe a goddamn word of this. This motherfucker's a pedophile. Verified, son. Blue checkmark pedophile. And my God, the details. Remember the last batch that came out? I couldn't read those to you either, son. That's how goddamn abominable they were. Here we are again. Another batch gets out, got past the censors, and then they took it down. And I can't even read you the details. It's that sick. And it's true. Because they took it down later. That's how I know it's true. I warned you people. I understand you got to high positions in this life and you think you're all knowing. You don't know what I know. That's why I warned you. And you people are smart people. You should have known where this is going a long time ago. So I suggest you skedaddle the fuck somewhere for your own safety. Maybe it'll allow you to be free a little longer. Just go into the dark place, son. What did Hitler do? First, round up the liberals, arrest the liberals in government. What do you think Donnie's going to do? This isn't the first time he's brought up Obama's name in some kind of let's go arrest him light. You people, again, you better take it real serious. Back to the picture again of the masked cunt, Aaron Rupar. Recall that Melissa Hortman and her husband were murdered not long ago by a fake cop who showed up at their door looking like this guy. Yep. Yep. And again, I don't think this is a professional DEA agent because he would have got his head blown off with that kind of behavior. And, you know, he shows up at the wrong house and does that. This untrained idiot, whoever he is. And that is what happened to Hortman and her husband. And I don't believe for a fucking second this guy's DEA. And the DEA has no business making this arrest, by the way. Drug enforcement? That's another reason I know they're not DEA. They just grab the patches, that's all. Real simple thing to do. That way, when we see the footage or if they get caught on camera, we don't see ICE written across their shit. Or whatever's usually written. This fucking idiot with Coke bottle glasses. It's so obvious he's not a real DEA. He lingered at that window too. He didn't just peek real quick. That's what a professional would do. If they're going to get that close before they look. A real professional will look from a distance with some kind of looking device. You know, 20, 30 feet away from the window, just some type of little device you could see right in, see everything. That's what a real professional would do. Here's Donnie at the desk, and I'm amazed he said this. I think Donnie forgets he's a rapist and pedophile sometimes. Do these people really want to have rapists and drug dealers and people from prisons and murderers? Do they really want to have them in their community? It's really insurrectionists and agitators, and they're paid. Everybody has a beautiful sign with brand new wood leather panels. No, they don't. No, they fucking don't. And the paid agitators, the murderers, the criminals, that's the guys in the masks. And I have a question. Do people really want a rapist, pedophile, adjudicated fraud, convicted felon, adjudicated defamer with a shitty diaper as president? Insurrectionists and agitators. I can't believe we have literally the group of people that literally staged a coup, and they're all goddamn pedophiles, every fucking one. Saying other people are insurrectionists, other people are agitators. It's just so disgusting to watch. The straight inversion of reality by these scumbags. These people are the ultimate evil. That's why he's the Antichrist. Oh, wow, this just happened to slip in. I didn't mean that. Must have got in there by mistake. I don't know. That's 100% guaranteed real, son. You know how I know that? I'm going to say it again, even though I shouldn't waste my goddamn time with you people. And you know who I'm talking to. When Rupert Murdoch printed it, and he got it straight from Ghislaine, by the way. That's also how I know it's fucking real. And then all of a sudden, Ghislaine's in a minimum security. That's also how I know it's real. You goddamn pedophile worshippers. Donnie flipped out because he knows this is goddamn concrete, son. Concrete. That's what that is. Donnie flipped the fuck out and said, I'm going to sue Rupert Murdoch. And I'm going to sue the paper that printed this. And guess what, Rubes? Guess what your pedophile Caesar did? He didn't sue. That's the only thing he doesn't sue for. He sues for everything else under the sun, whether he's guilty or not. Anyone calls him a pedophile? Anyone. Rupert Murdoch. In a newspaper. Doesn't sue, son. You're pedophile worshippers. You must see something you identify with. That's the only thing I can conclude. In the abject evil of Donnie shitbags, and the pedophilia, and the rape, and the defamation and lies, and the intimidation and thuggery, and the abject satanic evil, you must see something you identify with. I don't care if you go to church. I don't care if you post Bible quotes every day. I don't care if you think you're a good person. Meaningless to me. I live in reality. I know what you are. And if your name's on Donnie, if you're preaching Donnie's gospel, you are of Satan. I don't care what you tell other people you're about. For he is the Antichrist, and he is a verified pedophile. Justice Department opens civil rights inquiry into Preddy killing. This is the New York Times again. It looks like that. I don't take this seriously at all. They're protecting the murderers. I don't even know why they're bothering with this. They're not going to do any investigation. This is a fucking joke. Donnie again at the desk. He didn't like this question. Why are you suing the IRS? Donnie, who are you with? Uh-oh, that's never good. ABC News. You're a loud person. Let somebody else have a chance. Can you answer the question? Trump, ABC fake news. I didn't call on you. Yeah, he was real rude to that woman. He did not answer the question. When she said, can you answer the question, I was kind of drowned out by other noises and stuff. So, but I wish more reporters, whatever he says to you, if it ain't the answer to your question, say, can you just answer the question, man? Can you stop lying to the public, please? Can you stop filibustering? Can you answer the question? I would love if a reporter did that. Fucking cunt. Whenever you point out his crimes or grifts, man, who are you with? You're loud. You're an asshole. You're fake. Downfall of our nation, so we can listen to that fat fuck spout abominations out his burger hole. And send mass Gestapo out to murder people and arrest journalists in the dark of night. Are you proud of yourselves, Rubes? Wait till the mass cunts come to your house late at night. They will, son. Trump announces he's building a stadium for 100,000 people in front of a White House for the USC fight on his birthday. 100,000, that'd be enormous. That'd be monstrous. Guess who's going to pay for it, son? That'd be you. Dumbass. How's the farm doing? 100,000 people stadium. No one is going to give him the fucking money for that. Not that he needs it, because he can always just dip his hand in the treasury, just like I've always said. Now he's proving it with his $10 billion lawsuit. And if this judge he got on the case doesn't rule in his favor, he'll just keep going until he gets a judge he likes, or get it to the Supreme Court, and then it's rubber stamp, son. Sure, Donnie, take the $10 billion. We already gave you, plenary authority. You can do whatever you fucking want. My God, this monster you've created, man. Do you know how many things you're paying for? Just for him personally. His bride plane, this, the ballroom, the arch. I don't give a fuck what he says. I know he's taking all that money straight out the treasury. And he about to take $10 billion and right in his damn pocket. No way is he giving that to charity. The Antichrist, the pedophile, the rapist, the defamer, the fraud, gonna give $1 billion to charity, son. I don't think so. So, new stadium on your dime, 100,000 seats. I don't care where Donnie says he's getting the money. He's still going to take it from the treasury, okay? He's a liar. Adjudicated liar. That's what defamation means. That means you're a proven, intentional liar. Signed by a court of law. Gavelled the fuck down. Trump on Minneapolis, right back to the plan, son. Here we go again. I'll say it very plainly. Elections have consequences. The people want law and order, and we have a silent majority. They like what we're doing. That's a Stephen Miller job right there. That's where that came from. No, people don't like what you're doing. That's a talking point. That's not reality. You don't have a silent majority. You don't have a majority at all. Neither did the old Nazis. When Donnie and Stevie are in the lake burning, and that's guaranteed 100% inevitable, by the way, along with the devil, and they say, can you let us out? I'll say, elections have consequences. We have a mandate from the man that you got to be in the fire for all eternity. We have a silent majority. And the man likes what we're doing. So I'm sorry, you got to stay in the lake and burn. I'm sorry. Just like Donnie's telling you, I'm sorry, we got to murder more people. We got to terrorize more people with our mass police force. I'm sorry, we got a silent majority. Got a mandate. People like what we're doing. We have to gas more neighborhoods. We have to kidnap more children. Beat up more women. Beat up more elderly women. Shoot more men in the back. Shoot more women in the face. You understand that's what he's telling you, right? So again, when I talk about these people, and I know some of you out there, this shit scares you. The fact that God might put people in a lake where they are tortured for all time. What you don't understand is what kind of people he's going to put in there. The kind of people that would love to do anything to you, they feel like. Do you understand that? Evil people that want to hurt others. They enjoy hurting, conning, robbing, whatever others. That's what these things are that are going to burn, that were never written in the book of fucking life. Don't you dare feel sorry for them. Because Dundee just said, sorry, we got to go in Minnesota, kill more people, kidnap more children, gas more neighborhoods, shoot more men in the back. That's literally what he just fucking said. So when I give you my little skits of people in the lake and interactions with them, don't you fucking dare think it's over the top or unfair or unjust. And again, I never said anyone was going to hell in my life until I understood this thing was the Antichrist. And really up until the moment right before he won again or right after. And the reason I say it now is because people are named specifically, and I know who those people are. Groups are named specifically, and I know who those groups are. That's why I say it now. Because it's guaranteed inevitable, and it ain't my judgment of you. It's God's judgment of you in the story. That's why I say it confidently, son. So again, when they're in the lake burning, begging to get out, I'm going to tell them that we have a silent majority. Maybe I'll be the spokesman. I don't know. Maybe I'll be in there with them. I don't fucking know. Maybe I'll get to take strolls by the lake with my people. And I can interact with those in the lake. I thought about that today. In a smoking jacket like Hugh Hefner and shit. As Donnie's burning and Leon and the devil and all their minions that wanted to kill people and put them in camps and terrorize communities. God, can I get this fucking cigarette? What I'm trying to say to you is the people in there, the people being sent in there by God, and what they're going to endure, they deserve it. And that's not my judgment of them again. That's what's written, son. That's why I take it very seriously. And that's why I say it again, confidently. I said all these things that are happening now confidently months and months ago, and I did that for a reason. I said I'm either going to look real stupid or I'm going to be 100% right. I'm not stupid. Only one option left. And again, I don't give myself the credit. I based it all on what's written. I'll be right back. All right. Okay, this is some of the stuff I can't read you. DOJ releases, then removes this Epstein-Trump doc. It looks like this in yellow. If you go on Twitter or the internet, when you see these highlighted yellow Epstein files, there's hundreds of accounts that have shown them. You can read for yourself what it says. I am not repeating it. It's horrific. Again, in yellow, looks like that. That's some of the stuff. You'll see it all over the fucking internet. I do have some details from some of the files, just not the horrid shit. Can you explain, back to Blanche, can you explain Tulsi Gabbard's role in DOJ activity regarding the Fulton County search? Blanche, she happened to be present in Atlanta. I saw the same photo you did. She doesn't work for the DOJ or FBI. Yeah, we know. That's why she shouldn't be there. We already saw today Donnie bringing Gabbard up about going after Obama for Russiagate stuff. But this fucking feeble attempt to be like, yeah, she just happened to be in the neighborhood, you know. No, Mr. Blanche. That's what I mean. He's fucking horrible at this. He didn't answer any of the fucking questions. And this is what they all do now. When you call them out on any nefarious thing they're doing, well, I don't know. She was just there. Why are we talking to you, you worthless waste of goddamn oxygen, protecting a fucking pedophile? Jesus. A federal judge and an appeals court both declined to approve an arrest warrant for Don Lemon due to lack of evidence. They appealed the first judge, and even the appeals court said, "No, we're not putting our name on arresting Don Lemon, you fucking Hitler fuckface." Twice. The Trump administration went ahead and arrested him anyway. Yeah, indeed. No warrant, just arrested him. Do you hear me? They went out without a warrant, arrested this man. That is just utterly goddamn illegal. Another reason I know they weren't real DEA agents. If they sent the DEA patch guys to get Don Lemon, I don't know. I don't have the footage. Two judges in appeals court, and the first judge they brought it to said, no, there's no case here. They went and arrested him anyway. You understand that's the end of your country, right? And eventually, son, again, it won't matter warrant, no warrant. When they take someone, they won't be coming back. They'll be staying behind bars. That's where this is fucking going. The new Epstein Files production features numerous allegations made against Donald Trump and others. Again, the yellow sections. This is Midas Touch if you want to go to their site and see these highlighted yellow sections. They're too horrid for me to say out loud. I'm sorry. Other people, maybe they don't mind saying that stuff out loud. I do. The fact that DOJ removed the file speaks to the veracity of the information. I have the specific document saved for any media or journalist who may want it. We know our LE is complicit, so who does something about this now? Funny how the internet is still forever. I have everything still. And this was what the page looks like after the Reich realized that information slipped by the censors. Page not found. So some of that yellow highlighted stuff disappeared. Luckily, people screenshot shit immediately because they know the DOJ is famous. Pam Bondi's DOJ is famous for releasing Epstein shit and then taking it down real quick. Because I think what's happening is some of the agents inside the agency said, this is too evil. I got to let it slip through. And then the Reich sees it and they don't know who fucking let it slip through. They just know it slipped through. They take it down. So everyone screenshots it, and I mean everyone. So that should tell you as you're reading through those yellow highlighted sections and you're wondering if it's true or not, well, just ask it why they take it down. The Reich, who the allegations are about, why they take it down. I think you know the answer. Someone in DOJ published those files today intentionally. Well done, brave patriot. Right. I agree with that assessment. That shit is so abominable. There's no way Bondi and Donnie let that slip through. No fucking way. Someone under them did it intentionally. ICE begins warehouse buying spree in small towns to use as detention centers. This is alarming. I gifted this so you can read it. You don't need to read it. We already talked about it. We already know what's going on. But now we have locations. Here's a map of the United States. The bigger the circle, that's the more beds that the concentration camp will have. Notice how they're dispersed across the United States. And there's a gap in the reddest of red areas in the middle. So that should tell you what kind of people they'll be rounding up and putting in camps. Not illegal aliens, son. I ain't talking about them. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Notice how they're dispersed all through the country. That is a straight up concentration camp infrastructure. There are large red circles. There are small ones across the entire country. Nah, that don't look like a Reich at all. And why isn't the current concentration camp infrastructure enough? It must mean they plan on locking up a lot of people, huh? If you think all those circles are for illegal aliens, son, I got some property on Mars to sell you. Leon gonna take us there next week. I promise. I swear. I knew exactly what I was looking at when I saw this. That's called a countrywide concentration camp infrastructure. And if they're deporting everybody, what do they need that for? Roops? Because they ain't deporting everybody. They're going to have straight up camps. Just like I told you. Way before this. Last year, Leon Scum said Jeff Epstein tried to get him to go to the island, but he refused. Remember Leon saying that every day? He invited me once and I refused to go. Everyone knows this. Of course, Leon was lying. New emails show Leon Scum actively asking Epstein, what day night will be the wildest party on our island? Our island. And the next year, Musk asked again if there was a good time to visit. This is an Elon Musk post from back in that time. Shame on Sky News for this utterly misleading headline. Anyone pushing this false narrative deserves complete contempt. Why aren't you saying you're going to sue him, Leon? You're just saying you have contempt for him. Epstein tried to get me to go to this island and I refused. That's in caps, I refused. Yet they named me even before Prince Andrew, who did visit. You visited too, Leon, and we all know it. I'm not going to read you the interaction. We got the point of it. Leon begging to come there twice. I'm going to assume Jeffy said yes and had him over. More than once. Oh, this is the White House's official Twitter account gloating that they arrested Don Lemon for nothing without a warrant. That's your Reich now. Arresting black gay journalists without warrants. When a judge and an appeals court said, yeah, you can't arrest this guy. He didn't do shit. You're Adolf fucking Hitler. Fuck you. That's going to save the farm, right, Rubes? I'm sure it will. The claim about Trump hosting child rape parties and sexually assaulting the kids he was auctioning off has now been removed from the released Epstein documents. That's described in a vague way. That's why I'm reading it to you. They are removing this because they didn't want released in the first place, right? Somebody leaked it. That's the vague description of what took place. And again, it's the yellow highlighted that everyone's showing. These are the most horrid allegations. And guess what happened to him? The Reich took him down. That means they're true. That means, again, you rubes are on team pedophile. Verified, blue check mark. You didn't have to pay $8 for it. Would you like to talk about Pizzagate? Hillary Clinton? Basements that don't exist? Julian Assange, Russian asset? Vlad's talking points he gave you? Via Julian Assange, his asset. Also a white supremacist, by the way, Julian Assange. Obvious. That's why he was all down with the MAGA thing. That's why so much of the info is pointed in one direction. The most horrid allegations are what was taken down by the government about Donnie Shitbags. I want to be clear. The man will hold you accountable for this. This isn't a game. You can see it as a football game if you want to. The man doesn't. You can see it as politics and not you, and it's okay to do what you're doing and have your name on what you have it on. The man won't see it that way. And where your path leads ultimately is to taking the mark. And that's a coming, son. Don't worry. And again, before you take the mark, that moment right before you take it, that will be your last redeemable moment. Once you step over the line, you are no longer redeemable. It is over for you. That is where your path with the Antichrist, the pedophile Antichrist, leads. Good luck, son. They took it down. Complainant reported Ghislaine Maxwell as the madam and broker for sex parties, clients of whom included Epstein, Robin Leach, and Donald Trump. Again, the highlighted sections. You can read for yourself if you want to go down the rabbit hole and know every gory fucking detail of what Donnie did with these little girls and all that shit. That's up to you. I knew he was a pedophile a long fucking time ago. I don't need every gory detail. I am glad the stuff came out and then they proved it was true by taking it down. That's a piece of evidence for us all to understand the situation more strongly. Very strongly. In a 2016 email to Rumler, Epstein writes, Trump is likely to be asked questions soon about me. Supposedly a girl said that Donald had sex with her at my house when she was underage. Howard Nutlick in 2005. I never want to be in the same room as Jeffrey Epstein again. Howard Nutlick in 2012. Jeffrey, darling, let's have dinner. There's 8 children I want you to meet. Remember how Nutlick said he didn't like Epstein and him and his wife were around him once and he didn't like them. Jeffrey, darling, let's have dinner. There's 8 children I want you to meet. Again, little children and rubes. You really know how to pick them. You don't just pick one pedophile. You pick a whole damn crew of pedophiles. And Nutlick was lying his ass off. Maxwell to Epstein. I thought you said not to involve Donald. I'm going to read you the context. This is Epstein to a guy named Nick Ribis. Oh my God, he ran Taj Mahal for a while, didn't he? Nick Ribis. I remember that name. I remember seeing his picture on the fucking wall too. Nick, the girl in the new papers that has made all this trouble, said she worked at Mar-a-Lago when she was 15 in 98. I'm virtually positive that is a lie. It was when she was 17 in 2000. Her name is, and that's blacked out. Who would I go to verify? I don't know how Donald would respond. So Jeffy's spending his time after one of his victims was making allegations saying I was 15 at the time. Jeffy went on a crusade to prove that she wasn't 15, that she was 17. And this is from Ghislaine to Jeff, I believe. Yes. I thought you said not to involve Donald. Anyway, so now the die is cast. You now have to get her employment record. It will either show she started work in 99 or 2000. Sorry, I lost my place. 99 or 2000, as she was full-time there, and I believe you cannot be a minor and work full-time anywhere. So she had to be at least 16 to be in full-time employment. Perhaps start that way. That alone would kill the allegation that she was 15. As I said, you can't work full-time anywhere at that age. Either that or she gave a fake ID to Mar-a-Lago, which is also possible. However, let's see if you get the info and please confirm the labor law. This is what these people were spending their time on. trying to prove that one of their victims was lying about her age by a year or two. Oh my God. This is the lawyer. Big news from Bloomberg, which confirms that ICE has gone ahead and purchased some commercial warehouses with the aim of converting them into mass detention camps. No, that's concentration camps. You people keep using the wrong word here. This is likely to be the big detention story of 2026. The literal warehousing of people in converted buildings. Yes, buildings meant for boxes will be concentration camps. Up to 10,000 beds in some of them. That's a lot of damn people. Wonder what they're going to do with them. Why would you want a whole concentration camp infrastructure across the whole U.S.? I'm sure it's just to keep us safe from the illegal aliens, right, Rubes? Literal Third Reich, just like, literal Fourth Reich, just like the Third Reich. Being built before our eyes. A Minnesota magistrate judge refused to sign a complaint charging Don Lemon in connection with a church protest. Again, talking about the judges not wanting to issue the warrant. We've found another domestic terrorist, and he looks like this, and my God, where did this fucking freak come from? Jesus. This is Hernan Ponce, originally from Puerto Rico, an ICE agent, another guy from Puerto Rico, rounding up his own people. Damn, that's fucked up. No words. He's one of the agents who ate at a Mexican restaurant in Minnesota and detained workers there after his meal. He's an embarrassment to Puerto Rico. Hernan Ponce from Puerto Rico, betraying his own people, the Latin people. Oh, and that story's true. I read about that the other day. Again, son, I can't report everything to you. I don't have the time. Yeah, some ICE agents ate in a restaurant, a Mexican place, and they arrested some people that worked there when they were done. Yeah. Him. He's the one who did it. Lucifer. We've reached the arresting journalist part of the autocracy. Yep, without a warrant, too. But in masks, too. Even worse. With fake DEA patches on. Leon Scum attended a multi-day debauchery party at Epstein's home in 2012 with now ex-wife Tallulah Riley. How much alimony did her silence cost indeed? From Jeff. Sent to Leon. 2012 November. How many people will you be for the heli to the island? The information contained in this communication is confidential, maybe attorney-client privilege. Okay, so that's Jeff to Leon. How many people are going to be in the helicopter coming to the island? That's what he's asking Leon. So, yeah, Leon went more than once. Trump on Venezuela. Very shortly, they're going to be starting to take the oil. We're going to be heading that. Yeah, we know, Donnie, you're going to be taking all the money. You're going to be stealing all the oil. You're going to allow the companies to. We know. That's what it was always about. No more blowing up drug boats. I guess they all decided not to ship their drugs across the sea in boats anymore. Just magically stopped. Take a look at them stealing a whole country's oil. And again, Venezuela had the largest oil reserves in the world. That's why they got hit first. Straight up admitting it. Very shortly, they're going to be starting to take the oil. We know, Donnie, that's what the whole thing was about. We know. We know, Adolf. Again, are the Hitler comparisons still over the top, son? You going to be saying that when you're in the camp? Doing Vietnam screws for Nutlick? Picking crops for Brooke? Haggard ass Brooke? Lucifer again. It's almost like the DOJ can arrest anyone but a billionaire pedophile. Yeah. We can arrest gay black journalists for nothing without a warrant. Why can't we arrest an orange pedophile with a shitty diaper? No? Just gay black journalists that don't do anything? Looks like Trump has been doing golf course burials for a while. There are allegations in here. This is what I'm talking about. Again, son, you're dealing with Satan here, these people. They've gone to evil you can't fathom. And they've already partaken on a regular basis as fun. There are things in here that talk about getting rid of children and people on golf courses. Donnie's golf courses. That sounds absurd, right? That's preposterous. Who would bury somebody on a golf? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Donnie's ex-wife fell down the stairs right before her and the whole family were supposed to testify in a court case. And Donnie buried her on the golf course. I guess that was kind of just a instinctive, reflexive thing when you do something criminal, like kill someone or have them killed or get a little too rough with a child, right? Right, Donnie? Allegations of burying people on a golf course, his own. Have we ever seen anything like that? Yeah, when his wife died, his ex-wife, literally, right to the golf course. If he hadn't buried her on the golf course, these allegations would sound a lot more ridiculous, wouldn't they, son? But he did bury her on the golf course. And then later we get things that are alleged and then they get taken down. In yellow, son, the yellow again. So when we hear allegations that Donnie buried children or someone, some people on a golf course, because I didn't read the detail, I don't want to know any deeper than I know. I'm getting the descriptions from the people I trust. So when we hear the allegations, they don't sound so crazy, do they? Since we already watched Donnie bury his ex-wife, who mysteriously fell down the stairs and died of abdominal injuries. Probably from men punching her in the stomach. That sounds a lot more likely to me. And then you got to bruise her up somehow. Throw her down the stairs. Just a hypothetical. Those are the types of things you're going to read if you look into it further. Just warning you. Okay, Donnie went right back to calling Preddy an insurrectionist. Donnie thinks he's been vindicated because Preddy got into a prior altercation with the ICE people and kicked a fucking truck. He thinks he's been vindicated of the murder he's responsible for. You're not, Donnie. Don't worry. Trump just called Alex Preddy an insurrectionist. He is defaming a dead man who was murdered in front of the entire country. Disgusting. Yes, I hope the Preddy family sues the living fuck out of this fat cretin and the U.S. government. Agitator and perhaps insurrectionist Alex Preddy's stock has gone way down, says the literal insurrectionist who tried to overthrow our government and had this man murdered. With the just released video of him screaming and spitting in the face of a very calm and under control ICE officer. I don't care whose face he spit in, and I don't even believe that assessment either. Donnie always says shit like that. None of this justifies an execution on the street getting shot 10 times like a dog in the back. I'm sorry. And then crazily kicking in a new and very expensive government vehicle. Well, how about burying children on a golf course that you just raped, Donnie? How about that? Maybe we can talk about it on the banks when I'm sitting there watching you burn. Maybe you can tell me how many children you buried on the golf course. Kicking in a new, very expensive government vehicle so hard and violent, in fact, that the tailgate broke off in pieces. It was quite a display of abuse and anger for all to see. No, the abuse and anger was the guy shooting him 10 times. That's where I saw abuse and anger. The ICE officer was calm and cool, not easy thing to be under those great circumstances. Make America great again. Just defame this fucking guy again. Basically made the argument it was okay for us to murder him because he messed up a rental car. Called him an agitator and perhaps insurrectionist. A man who was helping a woman that his mass cunt Gestapo was assaulting. Then they took his weapon, jumped him, and shot him 10 times. And somehow Mr. Preddy is the insurrectionist and agitator in the situation. There's that class inversion again. That Donnie gonna burn. You know those fires, they like make swords and shit? Blacksmith fires and shit? Donnie gonna burn hotter than that. And aren't they like 10,000 degrees or some shit? I'm not kidding. It's inevitable. Again, blaspheming the dead. What was the scripture again? Blaspheming God. Blaspheming those in heaven, God and his tabernacle. Again, that might be talking about one specific moment, the abomination of desolation, or it may be talking about how Donnie smears the dead all the fucking time. That he has murdered. That's the best part. You know how many bodies this motherfucker got on? You think Epstein just decided to hang himself in a jail cell? You think his ex-wife just fell down the stairs? You think those casino executives just crashed in a helicopter? The funniest part about Leon Scum telling the world that Trump is in the Epstein files is Trump's DOJ telling the world that Leon is also in the Epstein files, right? They let all that Leon shit slip out. Payback. Payback, Leon. You thought you were just going to name Donnie and he wasn't going to name you? He made sure all your shit's out. Fucking puts his shit up that you didn't even know that shit about him was being put up, takes it down. Leaves your shit up, though, Leon. Trump can't be serious. Trump. Elections have consequences. We have a silent majority of people. They don't go and riot. Sonny said it. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, yes, he did. This motherfucker staged a literal coup, invited all the people there to stage a coup. Everyone knew what he was inviting them to. They used it as a defense in court, actually. Every single one of them. People like Alex Jones and Publix heiresses financed buses and financed this coup. They had weapons stored nearby. They almost got to senators and congressmen. They smeared shit on the walls. They beat Capitol Police nearly to death. One of them died of a heart attack the next fucking day. And please don't say it was natural causes, son. Have some goddamn dignity. Right, it was natural causes. I'm sure it had nothing to do with getting his ass beat by a mob of thousands, right, son? He just ate too many eggs. Right, son? Destined to burn? Right. This man was in the White House eating hot wings. Him and Chris Miller and Cross-Eyed Patel were withholding help intentionally. That's what they were installed to do with a few weeks left of the presidency. And he has the nerve to say his people don't go riot when he loses the election. His people don't riot. It's the only riot after an election I can remember in my lifetime. Is you people trying to stage a coup. Amazing that he can say that out loud, that his people don't riot when he loses. It's the most famous one of all. January 6th. Anyway, back to the part where he's eating hot wings in the White House. He had Sean Hannity messaging me. He had Ingram, everyone you can think of in the right-wing grift machine. You are killing us. Our grift will be ruined for the next 50 years. Please, Mark Meadows, anyway, Ivanka, somebody get him to fucking stop. And he at the point now where he's murdered people on the streets. He is responsible. And the people are protesting. And he's saying, well, we have a mandate. We won the election. Elections have consequences. Well, when Biden won, that election had consequences too. And you staged a goddamn coup with thousands of your cult members. A riot that you endorsed and helped and withheld security forces that could have stopped it in 5 fucking seconds. But it's okay to deploy mass Gestapo to murder people in Minnesota. Jesus Christ. It is more dangerous to be a journalist than a pedophile in the United States. Yes, in Donnie Shitbags America, in Rube America, yeah. Pedophiles are safe. Journalists are not. That is what you've done. Your name is on it. The man will not be pleased, and he will put it on your bill. I prefer Fed chairs who are not found in the Epstein files. Remember Kevin Warsh, who just got introduced to us today? Be the next head of the Federal fucking Reserve? He's in the goddamn Epstein files. That's why his name came up again. Jesus Christ. Trying to find his name on the actual email. Where are they seeing this at? I didn't look at this. A list I just sent to Harvey. How many people are with you tomorrow? Larry. I think Roman's boat is bigger. It's a list of everyone that's coming. Motel. Foreman Abramovich. Arthur Abschel. Arthur Sell. Where the fuck is his name? Oh, there's a list on the side of the email of the names. Kevin Warsh, I see. Ben Lambert, Raymond McGuire, Ghislaine Maxwell, staying on Billy Kodik's boat. House near Isle de France. So Mr. Warsh has hung out with Epstein. Shocker. Again, folks, I gotta hand it to you, Rubes. You don't just pick one pedophile, you pick a whole motherfucking crew. Jesus. Epstein release. Musk emailing with Epstein as far back as 2013. Leon Scum. Regarding Christmas and New Year's. Saturday, December 14, 2013. Thanks. From Leon to Jeff. I will send heli for you. Sorry for all the typos. Will be in the BVI St. Bart's area over the holidays. Is there a good time to visit? So it looks like Leon. It looks like Leon is asking to go visit the island. Just like it said in the earlier post. Leon Scum in an actual email to Epstein. What day night will be the wildest party on your island? Yep, it's right here. Right inside the email. And that's from 2012. To Jeff Epstein. Probably just Tallulah and me. And then the bottom part, how many people will you be for the heli to the island? That's why he's saying just Tallulah and me. So Leon and his wife or girlfriend at the fucking time literally went to Epstein Island. Incredible. These cunts dare get up and try and preach to us what's right and good and how they're better than us. And that's why they're where they are all the time. They're special minds that work differently and gifted and all. No, they're goddamn pedophiles and cokeheads. Every fucking one. The fuck have you people done? My God. Again, a whole crew. Every one of your MAGA heroes. Got Alex Jones looking at transgender porn and shit. Getting caught right on camera with that on his phone. Like I said a long time ago, you remember I said that? I said, you think the liberals are freaky? Because that's what you people say all the time. Oh no, the real freaks is on the right, son. They the frizzies. You fucking kidding me? Read the details if you could stomach it about what Donnie was doing in these files. I can't even say it out loud, son. That's how fucking bad it is. Forgot my coffee. Where the fuck was I here? Okay, what day or night will be wildest party on your island? That's Leon Scum. The one who lied to us all and said he was invited once, but he declined. Sounds like Leon was really enthused, excited. Sound like Leon was really looking forward to it. Sounds like Leon wanted to know when the wildest action was going on. He didn't want to just go to the regular party. He wanted to go to the big party. The best one. So he just wasn't a little interested, son. And he didn't just passively decline an invite once. Oh no, he was all about it. This is a great point. This shows the level of like how no one wants Leon around. Imagine being such a loser you invite yourself to Pedophile Island. Indeed. That's what Leon was doing in both of those emails. Inviting himself. So maybe Jeff never actually literally invited him. Maybe he invited himself, because that's what it sounds like to me. And they're making an excellent point here. So Leon wanted to go so badly, he couldn't even wait for an invitation. He had to get in on the action. He had to weasel his way in because no one wants him around, obviously. And remember what Jeffy said about Donnie, how he's just fucking evil. The most prolific sex trafficker of the modern age was stunned by the level of depravity in Donnie's shitbags. That's what you got your name on, son. I'm glad I don't. And are we at the end? No, this isn't the end. Ted Lieu, recognize that's Mr. Lieu to you. Dear Howard Nutlick. He didn't write Nutlick, I said that. You could have remained silent about the Epstein files. Instead, you went on national TV and lied to the American people. You were despicable then for planning a visit to Epstein Island, and you are despicable now for brazenly lying. You should resign. Howard Nutlick, the billionaire who serves as Trump's commerce secretary, planned a visit to Epstein Island in 2012. Like I said, you picked a whole crew of pedophiles. Pat yourself on the back. Pizza Gators. Jim Stewart's in, and he's just bluntly saying it like I do. No joke, get this. A cabal of billionaire pedophile Nazis, yes, they're all those things, as crazy as it fucking sounds, has seized control of a global superpower. They're murdering people in the street, arresting journalists, setting up a network of concentration camps across the United States. Cool, I guess we're just going to watch, right? We're going to watch, sit back, all of us, and watch as our country turns into 1930s Germany. Literally, not figuratively, not kind of like, exactly like. In 2012, email chain Kimball Musk, the brother of Leon Scum, is warned not to harm Jeff Epstein's girl identified as Jennifer. Kimball responds by agreeing and says he is enjoying his time with her. There's only one reason to say that to someone. I've seen movies with this subject in it. This literal subject. And I didn't think it existed in real life, but I guess it does. One movie, what's his name? One of the most famous actors was in it. It's not one of his better known movies. It was a really fucked up movie. What's his fucking name? He was in Drive. He played Ken and Barbie with what's her name, Margot Robbie. One of the most famous fucking actors right now. I'm tired. It was a movie about him living in Asia, and he was the typical motorcycle dude that he always is in almost every movie. But he had a brother, and it was a family that was associated with the Japanese mob or something like that. And the brother liked to sleep with young girls and beat them. And he killed a girl. So the mob came after them, made the family pay. did things to them. There's only one reason for a pimp or sex trafficker to send a message to one of their clients saying, you better not hurt her. Little children. This is a disgusting subject, but I'm going to say it anyway. The only reason a pimp or sex trafficker would ever say that to a client is because they know that client likes to hurt the women. So what does that mean about Mr. Scum's brother? You and your people, MAGA, were the very finger you were pointing for 20 years. My God. We're at the end. Ted Lieu again, that's Mr. Lieu to you. And recognize. Dear White House, your authoritarian shit is backfiring. The American people are strong and we are good. We will never bend the knee to you. We will never yield. We will never submit. There are more of us than you, and we are protected by the Constitution. The reason Mr. Lieu is saying this, someone is commenting about TMZ. Bro, do you know how bad it is when TMZ is explaining the Constitution to the audience? I guess TMZ's getting a little freaked out because they do reveal some stuff sometimes, son. And they're getting a little worried, obviously, because one of their people went on a video rant today. They getting worried they're going to get locked up one day by the Reich for printing the wrong shit. So one of them went on a rant today on video, and that's what Ted Lieu is commenting on. And again, the reason they went on a rant today on video is because four journalists, I believe, got arrested. Don Lemon, they didn't have a warrant for. I don't know if they had warrants for the other ones. And of course, we saw the footage of the Gestapo. Let's end with that. That's a good idea. So that's why the TMZ person did that video today. And that's why Mr. Lieu is saying what he's saying. Because journalists are getting scared. And again, if you journalists would have taken it more seriously, you all know what this was. For all these years, you didn't want to call it out. You wanted to play ratings and this and that. Some of you are going to die for that. Some of you are going to get locked up for that. Some of you are going to end up in concentration camps for that. Some of you are going to end up deported overseas for that. All you had to do was tell the truth. All you had to do is report the information, not save it for a book a year later so you can make money, you fucking scumbags. Because this time, America was at stake. As you were playing the ratings game and the both sides game and not calling out what was going on. Now he's got you fucking cunts in almost every network where every time you make him mad, he just sues and you give him $20 million or $100 or whatever. So again, this is why Mr. Lieu and that TMZ person were commenting This is the end of your country. Get a good look. You thought it couldn't happen here. It already has. You see the concentration camp infrastructure about to be built? Jim said the same thing I said. The same exact thing. You know where this is going. I know what you all thought. You thought people were being dramatic. You thought people were wrong when they said it was going there. You thought these people were not capable of murder, of extermination in mass, of roundups, of sending mass secret police to murder people publicly. You've seen what they're capable of. You know they're all abject pedophiles. You know they're Nazis. So you know this is going to extermination and putting people in camps. You know it's going to all the same places it went with Adolf Hitler. You just saw the map of the concentration camp infrastructure. No, that will not only be for illegals. They've arrested so many, kidnapped so many U.S. citizens already. Yeah, they're capable of exterminating people in mass. They're capable of arresting people in mass. They're capable of locking up the liberals. They're capable of it all. These are abject pedophiles. What Jim and the rest miss that I know, they're Satanists. That's real. And they are. I know what paying tribute looks like. We saw Leon with his costume. That wasn't just a joke. That wasn't just a passive, mindless costume that he just picked out. Richest man in the world with the Baphomet right on the front. That's paying tribute. And that's showing the world what you worship. Again, I know you people can't grasp this shit. You're worried with the everyday things, regular, normal life. And you don't understand that there's actual Satanist pedophiles in this world. The right wing was trying to tell you it was the liberals the whole time. They were telling you all about themselves, what they are literally. When they said the left were Nazis, they were literal Nazis. When they said the left were racist against Jews and certain people, they're literally racist against Jews. They're Nazis. When they said the left were pedophiles, they're literal pedophiles. When they said the left wanted to subjugate you and Adolf Hitler you, that's what they wanted to do to the liberals. They were projecting. Guess who else's name was in the Epstein files? Bush. Son. I told you Bushy Sr. is linked to this, right? The New World Order, Nazism, racism, all that shit. He gave the speech. That's what gave him away. That's how I knew. And I thought about his career. See, I just thought about everything. It's like, yeah, it makes sense. So, of course, his name, and I didn't see the words Bush Jr. I saw Bush. I knew he was part of these people. Just from the speech. And I knew these people were part of him. Again, they said the liberals were going to do all these things to you when it was literally what they wanted to do. They were a white supremacist movement in the image of Adolf Hitler. They've been since the 40s. And the modern incarnation, the right-wing grift machine on social media, on the internet, they were all white supremacists. And the very fascism they were saying others were going to subjugate you to or subject you to was their plan to subjugate the liberals, because they're the only stumbling block to fascism, the Reich, the white supremacist utopia. Just like in 1939 or in the 30s in Germany. It's the same exact thing. White nationalist movement there, white nationalist movement here. Right-wing white nationalist movement. Nothing left about it, son. That's why the liberals get locked up first, get harassed, get persecuted first. Same in Germany, same as here. They are the stumbling block to full Reich in both scenarios, the 30s and now. Astounding. Astounding that they're all proven pedophiles, too. Astounding you have your name on it after so many of you pointed the finger, yelled about Pizzagate, wasted all of our goddamn time with talking points straight from Russia, Julian Assange, Mr. Cernovich, and Defamation Jones. Cernovich used to do the white power hand sign all the time. Did it at the White House. Right on camera. There's still a photo of it today. You could search it. They'll scrub it eventually. Anyway, this is the end of your country. It was already over, but this is a very bad portent. And I hate you, because mass Gestapo arresting journalists as if this were 30s Germany. And that's because of you and your Antichrist that you love so much. I'll say this and then I gotta go. He will offer you the mark somewhere down the line here. You must not take it. If you take it, that's the end of you forever. And there is no redemption. There's no sorry, Jesus, please forgive me. So don't take the mark. And have a wonderful evening.